Hey sports fans, welcome to the Cavalier Sports Report. I am your host, Shawn Simpson, and this is a special edition of the Sports Report because today we are giving you the matchups for the opening round of the NJCAA Division II Women's National Basketball Tournament. Our own Lady Cavaliers finished the season with a record of 31-1, but unfortunately that one loss came against Kansas City, Kansas Community College in the Region 6 final. After an undefeated regular season and a blowout win against Heston, the Lady Cavaliers fell to the Blue Devils by a score of 56-63. That game sent KCK to the number 4 seed of this tournament and our own ladies to home for the season. No matter what, we're still proud of what Coach Conrad and all the women on the team accomplished. So joining me today from our own athletic department is Aaron Hart to help me break down these matchups. So welcome to the show, Aaron.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get started. First things first is the basic breakdown on the tournament, as everyone understands it, is we have 16 teams.
That's correct.
Seeded 1 through 16. Tell me a little bit about how the seeding is done on that.
To start with, you have your region tournament, and then you go through that tournament, and if you win that tournament, you are one of the 16 finalists for the national tournament.
Okay, so it's not necessarily a matter of how you're ranked throughout the season, because Johnson County Community College was ranked number 1 for most of the season, if not all the season, and we still, even at the end of the season, were ranked pretty highly.
That is correct,
But we don't get to play in the tournament.
No.
So as we move into this, how many of the teams that are coming into the tournament are ranked teams?
Well, currently, as I counted previously, there are currently 7 teams currently that were in the poll last week that are not going to be in this tournament with us.
So 7 teams that were really good, had great seasons, that don't get to come and play for the national championship.
Yes.
So that's disappointing, but that's how it goes. You got to win that last game, win that district.
Got to win the tournament.
All right, so let's get started and take a look at who we do have, because we have got teams coming from, by my count, we have got teams coming from 13 states to play in the tournament. So the first game that is going to open up is going to be number 2 seed Illinois Central Cougars out of East Peoria, Illinois, versus the number 15 seed Union County Community College Owls, and they are coming from Cranford, New Jersey. Now, what do we know about these two teams?
Well, Illinois Central was a very good team all season. They were ranked number 2 in the final poll, and if my calculations are correct, Union County wasn't ranked. So they are a team that has come in from the outside that is going to try and break up the 2 and 15 matchup.
Yeah, so we see that even in the NCAA tournament, where you have the higher seeds facing the lower seeds, and you always run into that. Union County does come in with a record of 24-6, so not a bad record by any means. So the second game they'll follow is a closer seeding, but even closer whenever you put them on paper. We've got the number 7 seed North Iowa area Trojans out of Mason City, Iowa, coming against the number 10 Lake Michigan College Redhawks from Benton Harbor, Michigan. What do we know about these two?
Well, Northern Iowa is a team that's been in the middle of the pack with the rankings. I like Lake Michigan is a team from Michigan, which got a lot of teams in the rankings. So Michigan, they were a really good team to make it out of that Michigan, the state of Michigan.
Yeah, I believe there are. Let's see, I think there are a couple of teams out of Michigan that are in the tournament. So
yes.
And now the next one, we've got the number 3 seed Pima Community College Aztecs out of Tucson, Arizona, so traveling a long way from out west, coming in to pick up the number 14 seed Hagerstown Community College Hawks out of Hagerstown, Maryland. So this matchup, now Pima was pretty highly ranked most of the season, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how does this matchup look like it's going to shape up?
Pima was always a top 10 team in the entire year. Hagerstown is a team, like I said previously, they're coming in from the outside of the top 20. Pima they're a good college though. Arizona is a really good state to play basketball, and they got a lot of Division I teams as opposed to a lot of Division II teams as well. So Pima's a good college.
Yeah, and Hagerstown they're bringing in a 24-6 record as well, so definitely a respectable record and looks like a really solid basketball team coming in. So the next game we have on the slate for the first round is number 6 seed, the Cape Fear Sea Devils out of Wilmington, North Carolina, facing off against the number 11 St. Clair Community College Skippers out of Port Huron, Michigan. So tell me about this one.
Cape Fear is a team out of North Carolina with a record of 25-1, which is a really, really, really strong record. They're playing a good team in the St. Clair Community College Skippers. They got a team that's another Michigan team coming out of with a 21-10 record. So it'll be a good matchup between these two teams.
Yeah, 10-loss team, but still very solid. Coming out of Michigan, so very competitive up there. So it looks like that'll be should be a really good game. Okay, now the next game we have in the afternoon on Tuesday is the number 1 seed, Monroe Community College Tribunes out of Rochester, New York, which is one of the more distant teams traveling in, facing off against the number 16 seed. They're definitely going to be the Cinderella story coming in, the United Tribes Technical College T-Birds out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Now, we probably don't know much about the T-Birds, but what do we know about Monroe?
Monroe Community College is a very good team. They finished with a record of 29-0 in that regular season, coming out of New York, and I got to tell you, they're a really strong team. They were always ranked number 2 behind Johnson County the entire year, so for them to run the table like that is a very impressive record.
Yeah, so they were the team that we were hoping would be our biggest competition for the Cavaliers. All right, so next game on the slate on Tuesday will be the last game on Tuesday for the first round, is the number 8 North Arkansas Lady Pioneers out of Harrison, Arkansas versus the Kankakee Community College Lady Cavaliers out of Kankakee, Illinois. So what do we know about these?
Well, North Arkansas was a very good team as well. They came out of Arkansas which is combined with Missouri, with the district there, and they beat a good solid team to make it into the tournament. Now, with Kankakee, they're another team. Like I said earlier, Michigan was a good state to play the game of basketball in. Illinois is also a very strong state. So watch out for that matchup. Kankakee and North Arkansas is going to be a very good matchup to watch.
All right, so picking up on Wednesday morning, we're still going to be in the first round, and we are going to have the winners from Region 6 from our district who took out our Lady Cavaliers. We're going to have the KCK Blue Devils playing against playing out of the number 4 seed against the number 13 Waubonsee Community College Lady Chiefs out of Aurora, Illinois. Now, we probably know more than we want to know about the Blue Devils. What do we know about Waubonsee?
Waubonsee is a team coming in from the outside, but again, they're coming in with a record of 26-7 out of the state of Illinois, which once again previously said is a very good basketball state to play in. So this will be another really good matchup to be able to watch.
All right, and rounding out the first round is number 6 seed Owens Community College out of Perrysville, Ohio, facing the number 12 seed Dean College Bulldogs in Franklin, Massachusetts. Franklin, Massachusetts being the most distant team to have to travel in. So what do we know about the Owens team, because they were a pretty highly ranked team, or they were a good team coming in, and what do we know about Dean?
Well, Owens and Dean. Owens is a team with a 26-6 record out of the state of Ohio, and Owens is a very good, solid team. Ohio's got some Division I programs that are really, really good up there, and Dean is a team 23-4 record, very strong, very good, sound basketball team. So this full first round could potentially see a lot of upsets, but could also potentially see a lot of higher seeds moving on in the tournament.
Okay, so the way that the tournament will work is there will be this first round of games. There will be a follow-on bracket of winners versus winners, and then a consolation bracket so that they will continue playing. The consolation bracket really doesn't take on any special meaning until later in the bracket, as players from the winners bracket lose and then fall down into the consolation bracket to determine our third place team. Because once we get down to the championship game, we have our first and second place teams, And then out of the consolation bracket, we'll determine our third place teams,
Yes.
and first, second, and third take home
A trophy.
a trophy. And from the entire tournament, there will be drafted out of that a all-conference or an all-tournament team.
All-tournament team, yes.
So it is going to be a very busy week around here at Cavalier Fieldhouse for some basketball. It's going to be very exciting. We are going to be carrying the games live. I'm going to be calling some games. I know that a lot of the folks around here, a lot of the JCAV guys are going to be calling some games. We're also going to be carrying the games live on ECAV radio, just the audio portion of it, obviously. So you can watch the games live, you can listen to them live. It should be some really exciting basketball, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun around here for Johnson County Community College. So come on out and watch it. And on behalf of the whole JCAV team, I'd like to thank our guest, Aaron Hart, for coming out and helping me with all this information. I'm Shawn Simpson, and this has been your Cavalier Sports Report.